Hi. Do you know what art and sustainability have in common? My story today is about this, and I hope we have a new idea about art for our life in the future. So I will share about art, which is I love the most in my life, and I want to do something about it. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victorina or Fika, just call me Fika. And I'm so grateful today I'm here, invited by SWA. Thank you so much. And also thank you for Miss Alexandra and the team for the hard working and then for the coordination for this event. Today I'll be talking about art which connect with the nature, which is now I'm doing in Bali. I call it plant art, which is now it has become a tool for the eco-literacy for many students there, and an artisan, and then many people who want to learn about art and the nature. And then by doing this, I got so many questions. How, how, how did you start? And what is it? Why do you do this? Why is plant art become eco-literacy? And then this is the story. Actually, I started from my inner desire of art, which is, I believe, it's a gift from God from my personal life. Since I was kid, I spent much time with this art, particularly when it comes with nature and then fashion. But seems I have to wait for the right time. For my case, I have to wait many years because I have to do something in my life. I have to work and I have other tasks of my life. But I keep consistent in my art life. I keep doing it. I keep nurturing it. I keep sharpening, even though it's just a hobby. And then 5 years ago, my life changed when I moved to Bali from Jakarta. 4 years I worked in Jakarta. And then I moved to Bali. It was not easy. It's a hard decision, actually. I landed in Ubud. If you ever been to Bali, then you must know that Ubud is the center of art in Bali. So I live there surrounded by art, and then which is my dream, actually. And then I feel it's a magic for me. And the soul of art there, and Ubud actually from the word obat. Obat means, in English, medicine. Yeah. So it's the feeling, it's the healing energy in Ubud so strong. The healing from the nature. And that time, I saw so beautiful the land, so beautiful the green land, and then the nature was so beautiful there. And then from Ubud, I moved to ancient village and small village named Kliki. And then I stayed there for 3 years, and I noticed there they have abundant nature. The beauty of the nature there remain untouched. So my life was so close with the nature. I saw the trees, it's like a jungle. When I saw the first background in the performance, first performance, it reminds me that village, full of jungle, full of trees, rice field, wild plant. And that time was still COVID time, so quiet. Most of the time, no one there. So only me with the and the nature. And then my only companion, most often, only the trees, the flowers, the sky, and the nature. I told my friend, you know what? No, my friends are the trees, are the leaves. I talked to them. And then my friend laughed. She thinking this is funny. Today I bring my friends on my clothes. These are the leaves. I feel they are my friend. Talking to them, making communication with them, doesn't mean that I talk like this, but I did communication in silence. Listen, what nature bring to me that time. What is the message from the nature? Because everything has the meaning. That's my thought that time. And then, so many times it's came the scene like that. For me, it's a magic. And for example, one day, I saw so many leaves in the ground after the rain, and I didn't see it as a trash, but I saw it as an art from the nature. So beautiful. It's like a magic. And I questioned myself, what is the meaning of this? Why I saw this? I have to do something. And then I feel the energy moves. It's like my artistic desire, it's like evolve and merge with the nature, and then inspiring me to do creation, which is I did the plant art, the creation with the plant. I feel that I collaborate with the plants, not just using them, but collaborate with them. So I create the plant art, did the experiment, and then I made it. But the next question, the deeper question, and I think this is the important question, is what the intention for me doing this? Is it only for myself? Is it only for feel what I left behind before? Or what is the purpose of doing this? So I went to the village, talked to the people there. That time was still COVID time. And then meet the authority of the village. And then I get the answer that, oh, I have to share this. I have to help them to preserve their treasure, which is their nature, which is so beautiful there. And then I need to transfer this skill of knowledge about the plant art, about the eco-literacy to the people there. And then, okay, I will start it, but for the most important things for me, that I have to help them to fall in love first with this. Because I believe if we love this, we won't destroy it, we keep moving by ourselves. We will have inner consciousness for this. So I start to do that, and then when I confirm with my intention, I want to share this, I want to help this, and then I have to share the message from the nature to the people there, to preserve their nature. So I hope that they will protect their nature. And then I said, okay, I want to help them, to show them how to make a living from this plant art. And then when I confirm all that, I created simple and very, very small hub there, which is Keliki Eco Hub. And then I started to get someone want to help me for doing this. And we create the creation. We create the textile from the nature. And then finally we have clothing brand from the village. And then name Keliki Eco Printing. As we know that currently the textile is one of the biggest contributor of the nature damage from their making process, yeah, from the chemical, from the material, the source that not natural. So we hope so much what we are doing now, which the Keliki Eco Printing or and dyeing, plant dyeing, will help to reduce the damage of the nature there. So the next questions, how? How can we reduce the damage of the nature through this textile from the nature? So in Bali, what we are doing that we use the source from pure from the nature, the leaves, the flowers, and all elements from nature, pure natural, and we hope it's safe for the soil because it's from the nature, it's not chemical, and use or need less water so we don't waste the water. And then in addition, we also use flowers from the offering or ceremony. I believe when you go to Bali, you will see so many offerings. In Bali, we call canang, contained with so many flowers. And after the ceremony, our friends give us. And then we use it for dyeing, for the textile, or for the print. And from this, we expect that we can reduce the damage or the trash in the village. And the most important thing when we do this, always guided by Bali tradition, which is Bali tradition is always connect with the nature, live in harmony with the nature. So we have to know do and don'ts when the season, the best season to pick up the leaves, ask permission. We cannot just enter the place, but we keep it in harmony with the Bali tradition. And we hope with this, we can live in harmony and taking care of the nature, and then create something and bring positive impact for the humankind. And it's not easy to convince people there, especially in the village, that they can do this from their abundant nature, because this is something new for them. But with the consistency and then genuine patience, and then we love doing this. So now the awareness of this plant art, the eco-literacy, has grown for the past 3 years. And then people start to believe, now they know they can do something from their plant. Not only what they have now, but they can create more things from their plant. And then also for us, encourage us to plant more and then save our resources. So we won't waste, as I said before, we won't waste the resources. And now we have turned the activity now and become a movement. We spread the message, I call it the love message from the nature through this plant art to people there by doing real action. And then we collaborate with other community, connect with community, and connect with the organization or individual who align with us, who has the same value with us, which is they have vision to take care of the nature for the sustainability in the future. And then also we do the sponsorship. We provide the sponsorship. I will show you the photo. And then also we host the volunteering, share or teaching, share education about this eco-literacy. And then we also support the local business there. Like if in the village there is an exhibition, we also help them with the product. And then also we do marketing and promotion through social media, through digital and other media for our creation. So this is some photos. This is called Jegek Bagus Gianyar 2024, last year. We sponsored, this is organization of young people in Gianyar, Ubud actually in Gianyar. And then they had theme that time about the heritage, about the nature. So it's aligned with us, and we collaborate and provide the sponsorship. And also we share education to students in the other village in Bali to make the plant art on the textile. So they know that, oh, from the plants, I can do so many things. And hopefully it will be something for them in the future, such as making living or other things. And this is Miss Alexandra visited us 2 years ago in the village, in the Kaliki village. And then again, this is the students. And then this is our activity with the local business there. And then again, this is one of the activity of the young people in Bali, which is they combine the tradition and the nature, because Bali has value of connect with the nature. And then again, this is the students. And we also provide the workshop for the tourists who want to learn about the eco-printing based on Bali tradition. And then we also participate with many art event in Ubud and Bali. Yes, in our way, challenges stands in front of us, but we keep it as a positive things to elevate our mission. I can share that when we enter the village, it's not easy to share something new. Maybe I'm so sure with that, but not with the people there, because they cannot imagine it. It's starting from zero, and I don't have a proof for that. I only have certainty for that. But then I try to talk to them, share the skill. It's not easy for share new style, especially in the village, which they have so strong tradition. They have tight schedule, and they have own belief for making the living. And then it's about, I said, slow and versus fast process, because this is, plant art is about part of slow living because it's handmade. And then sometimes we have to wait for the season. Season not only rainy but also season for the trees, because different trees has different season. And then, beside that, modernization goes to the village, as we know. And the demand of tourism in Bali is so high after COVID time. So many construction there now. It's like opposite with what we are doing. We encourage people to plant more, keep the tree, keep the land green, but the construction need the tree. They have to cut it, they need the land. But for sure, we cannot avoid these things. We cannot run away from the modernization, fast process, because it's part of our life. But the challenge is how to harmonize this, how to balance this. So from this, I'm so sure that eco-literacy needed by us for the sustainability in the future. And we hope that from this plant art, we can contribute for this, to solve this challenge. So, but we keep moving because we have desire inside us, which is, for my personal, I've been waiting for so long, and then it's like miracle for me. And aspiration or desire or talent or gift moves us. If you have this, please keep it consistently and identify it, and then do it with patience, with love, because, as I said, love is give us strength. Love will take care of us. And then the last, that we need to have the intention and the purpose doing this. We have to know clear this purpose. What is the purpose? And for me, the purpose should be not only for me, but also only for the people, for the humankind. And the purpose make us to be consistent and make us keep going, keep on the track, keep moving until we achieve our higher purpose. So that's for me. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you next time.